The Team of the Year voting begins today, and that means the initial panic and everything is about to set in as Team of the Year is finally our next promo coming. On the channel, we've gone over investment guide, a prediction, 3 ways to prepare for it, and today we're going to talk about probably the most important thing that I know a lot of you guys are really going to be eager to ask. Will the market crash ahead of Team of the Year? Because in recent FIFAs, we do tend to see the market kind of free fall ahead of Team of the Year before we see cards either completely die out or go the opposite direction and completely rocket up after Team of the Year. So in today's video, we're going to go and take a look at a couple different cards from previous FIFAs, how they moved, and what cards this year we can kind of keep an eye on to see, if they're going to go up, if they're going to go down afterwards from Team of the Year. And then of course, the most important question is going to be answered. When should you guys buy your teams? When should you sell them? Should you sell them now? All that good stuff. If you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you guys drop a thumbs up. It's much appreciated. If we could hit 75 likes, I'm going to drop a huge Team of the Year investment guide for you guys very, very soon. And if you guys want more FIFA 22 content ahead of Team of the Year, make sure to subscribe to the channel as we hit our quest for 10K on the channel. So let's send it right over here to FUT because we are going to be taking a look at quite a few different cards here today. So first things first, let's just talk about the current market right now. It's done very well. Index 100's been very flat. Meta cards have been doing very well. We haven't had a crazy amount of supply like we had been getting with Winter Wildcard. We've kind of seen it fall off a little bit, and Team of the Year does not look like it's going to be dropping on this Friday, the 17th. So from now until I think next Monday, we're likely going to be having just about no supply. Now keep in mind guys, what we're going to be seeing is a lot of people saving packs. Everyone is going to be saving packs for Team of the Year cards. It's just what tends to usually happen. So from now until Team of the Year, you're not going to see a lot of supply coming into the market, and this is going to have a couple different effects on just how everything in the game is going to work. Now for starters, we don't have a confirmed date of when Team of the Year is going to start. If I find an exact date, it'll be on the screen right now telling you guys, but Team of the Year could either start on Monday, where we'll start getting maybe the attackers for Team of the Year. If not, it won't start until the 21st. So we're gonna have a nice little gap right here, if not maybe like a rest week, until we actually get any Team of the Year cards into the game. And in this kind of gap week, we're likely gonna see squad foundations again, with just 3 new leagues or whatever, and we'll talk about that more later in the week when we find out. But I think it's really interesting that we're going to have this time where no supply comes on the market. It is likely going to push our fodder prices up a bit, and I think that anybody investing in fodder, especially these high rated cards, now is the time to kind of get in on the higher rateds, please, and then look to kind of sell them in the hype. If not, maybe hold if you want to hold longer. It's really up to you, but with no supply, you're going to see these cards slowly kind of get drained out of supply on the market, because obviously with Team of the Year, there's going to be a lot of supply coming in. It wouldn't make sense for EA to kill supply on fodder right now, keeping these prices really low, because when Team of the Year hits and we get all that supply in the market, these fodder cards are going to drop a good amount. So for me, a game plan that you guys can kind of do heading into this is picking up fodder now, selling in the hype before Team of the Year starts. You'll see some of these cards go up. Now these cards aren't going to double in price ahead of Team of the Year. They won't do any of that, even if we get icon packs in between now and then. But hey, Gerard Moreno card, 86 rated, he might go from 10K to 13 or 14K, and that's a nice little profit to kind of have while you are waiting for this crazy Team of the Year market to kind of happen. Now that's all there really is for fodder. Now I want to talk about these Team of the Year cards and what they're going to do. So last year, FIFA 21, Trent Alexander-Arnold, he did get a right back card. And when he first came out, which again was kind of in a scattered date because EA liked to release these cards by their type, so attackers first, midfielders, and defenders, before we get the whole team in packs. So when this card came out, it was January 26th. So that's going to be the date you want to keep an eye on. So his gold card was good fodder last year. Now fodder last year was much better than it is this year, of course. Anybody who's played last year would know that. But look what happened to his card during Team of the Year time. This card before Team of the Year dropped down a good amount. He had 30K. And look what happened to fodder. When the attackers came out, his card dipped a good amount. We could zoom it in here actually. But you'll see his card took a big dip when he was in packs, because again, the 26 he didn't go into packs. But once his Team of the Year did go into packs and the gold went out of packs, the card flew up. I mean, his card went up to about 50K. So I don't think Fodder's going to do that this year, but it's something to kind of keep in mind. Now, a card I do want to look at is his special card. This was his only special card heading into Team of the Year. Not a crazy usable card, but it was still one nonetheless. And you'll see his card actually did very, very well when his next version came out. When his Team of the Year came out, this card flew up. And this was because his Team of the Year card was 1,000,000 coins. And not many people want to spend 1,000,000 coins on a right back, so they go to the next best alternative for Trent, and that was this card, and he got bought up a lot. I think you're going to see a very, very similar trend this year with a lot of cards, and we're going to kind of take a look at it. Now take a look at a card that wasn't in Team of the Year last year, and this was N'Golo Kante. See what happens to his card here. When Team of the Year comes out, a lot of the midfielders were very, very expensive. So people kind of looked at it as an alternative for Kante. They saw, this little dip in January, goes down to like 400k pre-Team of the Year. He ends up going back up to like 470 on Xbox, a good amount, 500 to 590 on PlayStation. So this is a trend I think you're going to continue to see happen. Now Kante's gold card and a lot of gold cards that were in packs during Team of the Year did this. Look at what happens to these cards that don't get in Team of the Year. These gold cards died in January. Horrible, horrible, horrible for them all throughout the Team of the Year promo. Dropping to basically fodder prices. Now, a lot of the golds are really low already, but I would be careful holding golds through this promo because I wouldn't be surprised to see this kind of similar trend. Now, I do want to show you guys a card that did get a Team of the Year last year in this midfield spot, and that was Kevin De Bruyne's card. Now, last year, he was a really sick Team of the Year card. He always is when he gets his Team of the Years. Always an amazing card to kind of use in game. But now take a look at what happened to his card, both his versions, because he did have the same card that Trent had in this Team of the Group Stage card, whatever it was. So KDB's gold card, he wasn't super usable as a gold, obviously, but you'll see in January, his card really just kind of took a crap. It just died. It never went back up. So gold cards, again, kind of avoid. But taking a look at his Team of the Group Stage card, you'll see here what happens in January is just, it's interesting because he does kind of dip down here. He hits as low as 400k before Team of the Year, before going back up to about 440, 450. And again, this is just due to the fact that the Team of the Year was very expensive, and anyone who wanted KDB was better off just buying the next best alternative, and that was the Team of the Group Stage card. Now, KDB wasn't super meta, and it makes sense, obviously. He's not a super meta card, and not many people are going to be using him in your team. But take a look at someone like Kylian Mbappe, somebody that people did want to use. Now, this was a rare card. He didn't have much supply in the market, and I know it's kind of weird using this rare of a card, but when his Team of the Year card came out, take a look at what happened to both of Mbappe's cards. So the Team of the Year drops right around here. This card exploded in price, went up about 400k, and his Team of the Year was probably sat at about 6 or 7 mil in the first couple days. So it makes sense. Nobody can afford that, so they go and buy the next best version. But even take a look at his gold card, a super meta card everybody likes, and you're gonna see his card actually doesn't do too bad when Team of the Year drops. He goes from about 650 pre-Team of the Year on Xbox, and he goes back up to like 735, 750 the following weekend, which is a really massive rise if you think about it at this stage of the game. So a similar trend that we've kind of seen with all these cards is that they all tend to kind of dip heading into Team of the Year before some rebound and some don't. Now, the meta cards are the ones that really rebound, especially when they have expensive Team of the Year alternatives. So this year, we're likely going to see, say, Salah, Messi, and say Lewandowski, maybe Mbappe as a 12th man. You're likely going to see those special card alternatives do very well when Team of the Year comes out. You're going to see some panic on them pre-Team of the Year, so maybe buying those super meta cards before Team of the Year is the best way to go about it, especially if there's a Mbappe Team of the Year, because we know that card is going to be sat at like 7 or 8 million coins to start off. So people will look at the next best versions and it'll be the Mbappe alternatives. The same thing with any of the super meta defenders. If we get a really class center back with Marquinhos and Ruben Diaz, take a look at some of those alternatives that they might have, because Marquinhos has quite a few really good cards, and you might see that there be some very good rises, and the same can go with the midfielders. Now, the midfielders are going to be a little weird, obviously, because there's a chance we see Jorginho in that mix, but you guys kind of get the point. Now, another card type I would be very careful of is some of the top tier icons, because obviously we're getting 11 cards that are super top tier. So I want to take a look at mid R9, and then I'm going to take a look at maybe like a little bit lesser of a player, I guess, if you want to say it like that. But I just want to show what happens during Team of the Year to some of these cards, because obviously a lot of you guys are going to have some of these top tier cards now as we head into it, especially a lot of you guys that are trying to buy these Team of the Year cards. Like, these cards are expensive. But you'll see in the lead up to Team of the Year, it's kind of the same trend where you see kind of this dip come in heading into the Team of the Year promo. And once Team of the Year drops, the cards kind of start to reverse and go the other way. So really, it's just the dip comes a little bit later. So during Team of the Year, these icons hit a low point. So we know Team of the Year has already dropped at this point. But once Team of the Year is just about over, the full team got into packs, you know, people turn around and started buying these top tier cards again. And you'll see R9 kind of reversed after that. So that's something to kind of keep an eye out for. If we take a look at Mateus, and the only reason why I bring his card up is because he kind of sits at that 2 to 3 mil range, which I think a lot of those midfielders will probably sit at next year for Team of the Year. So if we take a look at the prime Mateus, now he hasn't been in packs for super long at this point, and you know, at this point as well in this FIFA, he hasn't been in packs for too long. But if we take a look at what happens in the January period for that, you're going to see a lot of movement on these icon cards here. And you'll see right here, when Team of the Year starts to kind of hit, Team of the Year comes out, the card hits as low as 2.3 on Xbox, and then after Team of the Year, the card exploded up to about 2.6, 2.7 mil. So buying these prime icons, these big icons who are going to be alternatives, buying in the panic when Team of the Year is out is probably the best move on these cards. Now guys, I hope this video answered a lot of your questions. Please feel free to ask about any of the mid-tier meta cards too. I know we didn't talk about a lot of those mid-tier specials, but the same kind of trend is going to happen with them. You're going to see some panic kind of come in before the promo sets, and once people realize the Team of the Years are super expensive, they're going to go and buy back all the alternatives and all that good stuff. Really, you shouldn't see too much panic on some of those cards that are going to be completely irrelevant to Team of the Year. But you never know, the market could go in complete suicide mode. Who knows? I really could not predict it, but just based off past trends, this is what we've seen, and I expect to see something very similar to this. Thank you guys for watching this video. I will see you later this week. Until then, peace.